Welcome back. Well, former President Trump's legal team, along with the Justice Department lawyers, will be meeting with the special master in charge of reviewing records from the FBI's raid on Mar-a-Lago. Judge Raymond Dearie says that there's, quote, little time for the review and is telling Trump's attorneys that they need to prove whether the documents in question were declassified. Joining us right now is New Jersey Congressman, member of the Homeland Security Committee, Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, it's great to see you. Welcome back to the program.
Great to be with you, Maria. Good morning.
So what do you make of all of this? Will we know what was declassified and what wasn't? How do you see this situation?
I see this situation just like I've seen a number of others. I mean, they perpetually have been attacking Donald Trump, to be honest with you, all the way time back to when he was being impeached, and it was a false impeachment, and then there was Russian collusion. We don't worry about Hillary Clinton's issues and where her files are and all the material she destroyed. We don't worry what Hunter Biden has done. But somehow, right before an election, here we are again, making a big deal out of what I think at the end of the day is not going to be a big deal. I don't think anybody thinks that, the president took the nuclear codes and has them at Mar-a-Lago. It was way overkill when they went to his home and went through his wife's closets and literally had armed individuals there when he already has the Secret Service there. Yeah. He's a former president. I mean, the whole thing is a lot of high drama, and it's being used for political expediency and political power on the Democratic side. And it really does get old, and it's old already.
Well, John Radcliffe, former DNI, told me that some of these documents should not have been top secret to begin with because they weren't even true. If you're talking about the Russia collusion documents, where they attached an intelligence report which said that the subsource was believable, Igor Danchenko, and they attached that to an official intelligence report. So he said this was just covering their butts by making it top secret in the first place. Bottom line is we don't know. We have to wait to see what those documents say. I want to move on to the other issue of the wide open border, because House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is now urging Republicans to vote against this new government funding bill unless it addresses the border crisis. Finally, somebody says address the border crisis or I'm not with you. Border officials encountered 12 migrants who were on the terrorist watch list in August alone. So far this year, they've seen 78 such migrants, a 400% increase compared to 2021, Congressman. Your thoughts on this wide open border and whether or not the Democrats will be able to get this through with no mention, no money whatsoever going toward the border?
Well, and that's mind-boggling. I literally cannot understand what they're doing and what their point here is. Literally, they are destroying the United States of America. I don't know if people realize the seriousness and the danger of all this, but it's a really big deal, number one. Number two, we shouldn't vote for anything. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Kevin McCarthy's absolutely right. Whether he said it or not, I wouldn't have voted for it. And, you and I have spoken about this literally for a good period of time now, for years since this president started this policy. We are literally at a point where we're on the precipice and we have to stop this. There's no country of any value in the world that just has a wide open border. Not just the fentanyl that's coming through from China. See, it's all connected. It's all weakness. When you have a weak government and a weak president and a weak administration, this is what happens. So China feels comfortable moving enough fentanyl through to kill every American over 7, 10, 20 times. God even knows what the number is anymore. And not only do we have that issue, we have the issue of the cartels and what they're doing to the women and the children and the cruelty there. And, just this one thing, the Democrats and these, supposed really individuals that really care so much about Americans and American people, like the people at Martha's Vineyard, don't care. They don't care what's happening there. This is a horrible human crisis that's occurring.
Well, why don't you tell your colleagues that? I mean, look, Congressman, with all due respect, you voted for the infrastructure bill, right? Your colleagues voted for the CHIPS bill. Why do you keep going along with Democrats, even though they refuse to acknowledge the border?
We don't. So one bill out of maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 bills that have come along that I have voted for, but that was because I thought the infrastructure bill was important for certain reasons, and we could debate that forever. But as far as it goes, I have stood tall on issue after issue, whether it was the original infrastructure bill, whether it's the debt ceiling, whether it's the CR, whether it's the bills that we had yesterday, even that are more minor bills, over and over and over again. It's a simple majority. I explain this to people all the time. When we get a few more people, hopefully a lot more people, in the House of Representatives, we're going to have the ability to stop this stuff. And then in 2 more years, we're going to have the ability to turn around. And we're going to have guts, and we're going to have to really be strong, and we're going to have to do the right thing.
All right.
And I have done that
over
and
said.
over.
Congressman, thanks very much. We'll be watching. We so appreciate your time this morning.